Hello, lovely people. Today we are going to do a WIP and chat. I figure I might make this a Wednesday thing. We'll see. But this is Courtney Lyons. I'm with Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. And yeah, I'm excited to do my second WIP and chat and to start Satura. I'm so excited. I have to say, I have sorely been tempted to start this ahead of time, but I did this for you guys. I waited. You're gonna watch me put the first placement down. I know how many people have just absolutely loved this one. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video and put the washi tape around the edges. I'm going to try a new method this time. I'm going to Sharpie over the top of the plastic. So we'll see if I like that method. I might just do like the very top row and try that instead of the whole thing, just to see how I like it first. Because I really actually don't like working with the washi tape once it's on the plastic. I really like having the washi tape around the outside to get that overflow of glue so I don't get my arms in it because that bothers the heck out of me. So yeah, I'll get back to you in just a second. We can start. I'm deciding between these three. Okay, not the wood one. I want the gold. I think that would be incredible with the gold that's already on the piece. I don't know if it's thick enough. All right, I'm trying. I'm going for the gold. I'm going gold, guys. All right, guys, I'm back, and I have to say gold is a good choice. This girl looks good in gold. I wanted to do this top square, so this is like the top right corner of the painting because I thought it would be pretty fun to, you know, get into those gold drills right away. I do like saving best for last, but there are other gold spots too. And I thought it'd be at least really fun for the WIP and chat. I did forget to get out my, 1 second. Oh dear, hold on. All right, I'm back. I just had to get the drills out because I'd forgotten that part. It's kind of the most important part. All right, so I'm showing you what I have. I've got these, I got this big tray. Not my favorite. I'm in the market for a good tray. Comment down below if you have a favorite that you guys like using. I really want to try Firefly. We'll see. It's probably not going to be an anytime soon sort of thing just because, yeah, they're expensive. Let's see. I'm using, and I think this is actually from it's from that, if you watched my storage video of my different storages, you'll see that I got this like purple storage thing, and I believe it was Shein, or Shine, or well, I can't, whatever that is, Shein. Anyway, in each thing, we got 3 of them, one for each of me and the kids, and it came with this one right here. And I love it. It's my favorite because it's big. Ooh, I do really like Dreamer Designs too. But there's a little bit of stress that comes with having both colors in there. You have to make sure you don't like accidentally pull the plastic part in the middle up. Anyway, yeah, so that we've got this. This is Make Market. I mean, I don't really notice the difference between this and like the Diamond Art Club kind, but it works fine. I use it for my single placer because I just haven't found something that I like. I don't like wax in the single placer. It's always squeezing out on the sides. I need to refill it a lot. Just not my favorite thing. So yeah, I'm also in the market for new wax. You might have seen my video trying out this German molding wax and trying to pronounce that German name, which was a failure. But yeah, that's what I use for now. I just actually ordered some glue dots. I'm going to try those. I'm really excited for that. I've heard really good things for the single placer. For the multi-placer, I have the Quake Hold, and I swear I had one, like, I didn't have to refill it for like a week and a half or 2 weeks straight on one of them. And that's this right here. It's not like my favorite. I have a feeling there's probably better out there, but it works great for now. I really want to try Patty Wax. I've heard that's good for multi-placing. All right, my pen is Diamond Art Club pen. I just got it at Joann's. I actually use like a regular one that comes with the kits. with 3 squishies along it, and I actually find that the most comfortable. But this is this is prettier. What's cool is I want my husband to make me, he does wood turning. So I want him to make me a wooden one. I just need to decide like which design seems like the most comfortable. So comment down below if you like a specific design that you find most comfortable to hold. I'm kind of wondering if a wider one is something that I would like. So my husband can make one for me. So I'm excited for that. So those are my tools. I'm going to pause you for a moment. I forgot. This is just from, actually I think this one came with the kit. And it just kind of works, the color-wise. I also don't have a lot of these besides Diamond Art Club ones, so I don't know, eventually I'm sure my stash of these kits will grow enough for me to like match a little better. But I did think this matched better than the pink one that I have, which these are the only like fancy ones that I have. Okay, I'm gonna pause you for a second because I need water. My voice is still a disaster. I will update you on how my guitar and singing went at church. That's gonna be a funny story. Let me just tell you that one right away. Okay, one moment. All right, I'm back. Yeah, that sounds better. I might stop every once in a while for more water. I was gonna say I was gonna do Sharpie here because I saw that Diamonds and Washi, I want to say Katie is her name, did that until I'm an idiot. I realized that she was doing it on her actual canvas because she was doing a cross-stitch conversion thing. Anyway, so she was actually putting it on her canvas. I tried to put it on this and it just didn't work. It just wouldn't stick. It's too slippery, even for a Sharpie. So we went back to washi tape. I think what I'll do, because I'm trying not to use up all my gold, I really like that. But it's so pretty. I love it. So I had to keep it gold here. So what I'll do is I'll probably just move this down the line. It's not very sticky, this washi tape. But I guess along the edges I think it'll stick because it's being glued down as well. All right, so let's get started. I'm gonna start in this corner, go up. Let's start with those 7s right there. So I think, yeah, that's what I was thinking. The 7s are gonna be right here. For those of you who watched the Kid Up video, woo, I did do an overflow on 7s. Oh, I'm so excited, guys. So excited to start this. Okay, look at those beautiful drills. Even though I don't like working with dark colors as much, I do absolutely love the shine you get with that kind of drill, with the darker drills. All right, where should I put this? Right here? All right, I'm so excited. This is fun. Okay, so I was gonna update you guys on how my singing went. I did Mary Did You Know at our church Christmas party, and thank goodness everyone's there. It's just like incredibly nice, and we invited some friends to come along with, and I'm so glad my friend came and supported me. Like I've said, we just moved out here, and I've said in the previous WIP and chat, and for those of you who didn't watch that one, I did say that I had moved. Either go back and watch it, or we moved from Utah up to Idaho. And anyway, this one friend has just been an amazing friend. I'm so glad I have her here because I had a lot of friends. I shouldn't say had, I have a lot of friends back in Utah, but it's just not the same when you've moved away, where it's hard to keep in touch as much. And yeah, so this one friend has just been, such a comfort to me, and I cannot believe the hard things that she and her family have been going through, which obviously is personal that I will not touch on here. But, and so I think because of everything that was going on and us being able to be there for them during this time has brought us closer, like more quickly than you would with a friend, just meeting them normally, and so, my heart just goes out to her. We absolutely love that family. I'm so glad that we're close. We're getting closer with them. And then there's a few other friends in, mostly from church, but some from I met one at the library, and she's awesome. And we're going to start doing things on Wednesdays because she does her homeschools. She homeschools her kids as well, but they go to like a co-op thing. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. So anyway, overall, we've just made a lot of friends here already and just so much kindness. What a wonderful community it is here. Oh, that's crooked. So that's just my precursor to my singing story, because while it wasn't a disaster, I did forget lyrics. And not only did I forget the lyrics, and I was almost done with the song. I was in the third verse. And not only did I forget the lyrics, but I was just like, oh, what are the lyrics again? Like, seriously, I'm actually doing pretty good. And especially considering with my voice being the way it is. Like, you guys will not even recognize my voice when it comes back, because I don't sound like this. I'm so raspy all the time. But yeah, I was doing pretty good the whole time, and my husband said it was like the best I've been singing it, like since I've been practicing it, which has been a long time, since September. There we go. Yeah, so and then I go and ruin it by forgetting lyrics, which already is just kind of a hard thing, but I have to, like, I don't know. I can never just be like, let things, like, smooth things over. I did not smooth things over very well, and instead I was like, oh, what are they again? Like, seriously, stopped my song, like, what are they again? And then I looked at this. If dear sister Reese ever listens to this, I think it was her I looked at, where I was just like, what are the lyrics again? And she just, like, got this panic look on her face. She's like, I don't know. Why are you asking me? She obviously didn't say that, but it was like that panicked look. And I wasn't like actually asking her, but it's just, she's the person I made eye contact with. And you could tell like the panic in her eyes. She's like, don't look at me. It was so funny. I mean, not at the time. I was mortified at the time. I'm still a little bit mortified. But yeah, that was that. But I did like get it back together, and at the time after like it happened, I was like, I thought that I had been paused and panicked for, I thought it was like, oh sorry, bumped you guys. I thought it was for like 30 seconds straight. I seriously thought I was up there just staring at everybody, wondering what the lyrics were. But then my husband took a video, bless him, or curse him, I can't decide, and said that, or in the video when I rewatched it, it was quick. Like, I was just like, what is it again? And then I started playing the guitar, like seriously, it was like a half second, and playing the chords and humming the part instead of saying the lyrics until I remembered in the next line what the lyrics were, and kept going with it. Because I'm in the next line after, because I was at the part where they said, Mary, did you know that your baby boy, and then the one I forgot was Lord of all creation, And I was like, I couldn't remember that. And then, sorry, sometimes I can't concentrate on the multiplacing and talking at the same time. Yeah, and then I hopped it right back up with Mary, did you know, was the next line right after that. And that's, I mean, I'd be an idiot to forget that. Or just really nervous if I did forget that. But yeah, that was, I did pull it up. And then by that point, like my voice was strong up until that point, and then I kind of ended it a little bit, not my favorite when rewatching it. But it's okay. It was the last time I sang, my voice shook like crazy. And so, and that was that was also a church actually. That was a church camp out. And I also did the guitar. But yeah, it was, yeah, that was a memorable night. It was fun. They did the Grinch, but like the Grinch, and the whole thing about like the Grinch being taught about Christ and his heart growing, and then they changed it over the nativity. They did this like nativity scene, and then I sang, and then a very talented young woman and her father, she played the piano and he played the saxophone, and they did like, I think it was like Ave Maria or a version of it. It was like a Christmas version. Uh-oh, did I get that washi tape too close to the edge? That's right, I think I might actually end up leaving that washi tape on for good. Ah, shoot, it was too close to the edge. That's gonna bother me. I'll have to fix it later. I'll fix it off camera. Anyway, so, and they just did an amazing job. That was cool. It's incredible, people's talents. And he gave a little thing after or beforehand of what it meant to him, and it was wonderful and delicious food. Thank you to all, if anyone ever watches this, to all those who prepared the food and prepared the whole thing. I mean, it was beautiful in there too. It was all, yeah, I gotta fix that now. It was all decked out, lights everywhere. It was beautiful. Anyway, yep, that's how that went. That was great. That was fun. I love gold. It's so pretty. Actually, that could like segue into my story about my ring. Oh no, now I'm making it all bent. Oh well, worst case scenario, I have more. I could just fix it. All right, yeah, I gotta move this over. It's way too close. Might have to do that further down too. Yeah, that's kind of far away. Am I gonna have that issue all around? That would be a bummer. I should have known to leave a little bit of a gap. Anyway, okay, so the story about my ring, here I can kind of like see if you can, it needs a good shine up. There we go. You see those gold nuggets in there? All right, so here's the story. My husband and I started dating. We met at USU. If you watched the last WIP and chat, you probably got most of the story. USU in Utah, at college, which obviously is college. And 3 months after we started dating, he got this opportunity to be able to go to Ghana, Africa, on it was like a, what is that called? Oh dear goodness. I'm terrible at forgetting words. Ooh, I get a color change now. Internship. It was an internship because he went to business school. It was an internship for, they'd do microloans. They'd give out microloans to families. A lot of them were often like taxi drivers or farmers, or mostly like cocoa farmers, where they'd give out, they'd give out them microloans, and so they could get their businesses running. Those the Ghanaian people, and I thought like it was such a cool opportunity. He asked, he was like, I know we haven't been dating for very long, and like, you know, we were already pretty serious about each other after 3 months, just because sometimes you just know, you know, and not sometimes, hopefully just one time, but you know, not hopefully for me, I know it's just one time for me, but I just mean like, you know, you know, and so he was like obviously hesitant to leave for 3 months because he was worried, obviously worried like that he didn't trust me to want to still be with him after 3 months. Speaking of which, the internship was for 3 months. He would be gone for 3 months. And he asked me if I'd be okay with that. And I was like, there's no way I'm saying no. What a cool opportunity. And obviously I was happy for him. I was super sad to be left behind because I had a serious like fear of missing out. And I absolutely would love to do something like that, but so I was like, how cool would that be if I could go with you? But obviously I couldn't. And so he and 3 other people from business school went, And he's so close to them. I mean, he hasn't talked to them for a while, but something like that, you just get really close to. Especially the one where, spoiler alert, he and the one guy got, I just say one guy, I didn't forget his name, I just don't think it's fair to say people's names over the internet. They got malaria together. That sounds funny. That sounded weird. They both got malaria at the same time. And yeah, so before we get to that point, well, I guess that one's not really part of the story, the malaria. But he did get malaria, and that was pretty scary. He almost died. But so yeah, he went to Ghana on an internship, and I'm gonna start with these H's next. And while he was there, I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, but whatever, like, we won't get to this point, but he would go on runs in the jungle. Just the African jungle, he'd just go on runs. One time he was going running, he swore he jumped over a green mamba because he saw it like sliding away. And those things are pretty, you kind of know them when you see them. Anyway, so he's going through on a run in the jungle, and he goes into this kind of clearing over by the river, and he runs into a mining, well, he didn't realize at the time until after, well, I guess not after, it was kind of like during, a mining camp. And they were mining for gold. And I guess these miners, I'm sure not all of them, but are kind of known as kind of the troublemakers of the area. They can be pretty dangerous because they're trying to, they don't want to share their gold location with others and have their stuff be stolen or taken over or anything like that. So they're kind of like these rogue citizens of the area. Yeah, so he ran in there, and I guess there were quite a few that were arguing over whether they wanted to, like, I don't know if they were wanting to kill him or what. Like, he still doesn't know. He just said they were arguing, and one of them spoke some English and says, well, we can't let you go. You know where our mine location is. He's like, what do you mean by that? Like, can't let me go. And so he's like, no, trust me. He's like, I won't tell anybody about you, I promise. I'll come help you, in fact. So he swims into these alligator-infested waters and gets onto the sluice boat. I don't know how you say that. And starts just helping out these miners, mining for gold. Hops on, meets this guy named Andy who kind of just like had his back, even though like other people were not happy that he was there. Andy was a cool guy. We actually, when Greg got back, he and Andy would still call. Andy, I don't think he understood the time zone change because he'd call usually at like 2 a.m. But there are other times he tried to call that weren't random times. And that's when I got to talk to him. If there was like, I can't remember, it was usually like in the morning when we were going to classes or like late night classes. But yeah, he'd called Greg and he'd say, hey, send me money so that we could get our mining going and stuff. I don't honestly know if Greg ever sent money. I don't think so. Not at the time. We were poor college kids. But yeah, but he called for a long time after, even long after we were married. So a few years where they'd chat and stuff. And yeah, and anyway, so being on that boat, making friends with Andy, you'd go every few days or something to that location and go help mine. And as payment, Andy would give him little nuggets of gold. And, maybe I shouldn't say this over online. If anyone asks, I'm making up the story. Just kidding. Greg stuck and this is long after he had malaria or not the mining thing, but just, I don't know what the timeline is, but you're supposed to take malaria pills beforehand so that you could try to avoid getting malaria, but it doesn't. It works maybe half the time, I think. But yeah, Andy would pay him in these little gold nuggets, and Greg would put them in he'd empty his malaria capsules and put them in there. And brought them home when he finally eventually made it home, luckily alive. Sheesh, terrifying. And so many instances he didn't like tell me until he was home, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's insane. But yeah, so he brought those back in the malaria pills, and then a year and a half later, not quite a year and a half later, when he proposed to me, here, I'll show you guys again. So he did have a gold band. Ooh, there it is. He did have a gold band. Gosh, that's dirty though. I need to get that shined up and buffed up. Already that he used to melt down, because obviously they can't put pure gold in the bands because it would warp and stuff with temperature changes. But the gold nuggets that are the pure gold nuggets are some of it got melted into the band, and some of them got put raw into the middle part. So I do not have a diamond ring, that's kind of my play on words with my channel name. Is that I don't actually even wear diamonds ever. I'm not a jewelry person. I have kids that pull them off my ears and neck, and they always want to play with them, and it just gets lost, and I just don't want to invest in jewelry. So I have my ring, and I've got my I think I've told you guys, oh, it's upside down actually right now. Hold on, put this one down. I've got my temple ring. I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and so our temples are very important to us, and it's a reminder for us to choose the right, and live as Jesus did, and to try to be worthy to be able to go in the temple and do important work that we do there. And so that's all the jewelry I wear is this temple ring, and then my wedding ring. So it's kind of funny, the play on words, was kind of my point about it, was these diamonds, these drills are my best friend. They are helping my anxiety so much. It's insane how much that's helped. And if you've watched my last WIP and chat, I talked more about it in that. So yeah, that's the story behind how I got my ring, and what's funny about the fact that I don't even wear a diamond ring. And yeah, it was beautiful. We live on the lake that my husband proposed over. We were in kayaks. It was a sunset. It was incredibly romantic. Yeah, it was very wonderful. Speaking of like down at the lake and stuff, now that we're homeschooling, it's so great to be able to just do what you want during the day and get stuff done when you want to get stuff done. There's a lot more pressure on me. Oh my gosh, it scared me so bad. I might edit that out so it doesn't scare anybody else. That's the dryer. If it starts going again, then it's on that cycle where it'll keep going. And it drives me nuts because that one will keep, like, it doesn't matter how many times you turn off the buzzer. I think the shaking of the, just the dryer moving around and stuff as it's tumbling, I think that makes it so that it turns back on every single time I turn it off. Like the knob that turns it to the buzzer. Oh, that's the most annoying sound in my, like, I hate it when it tumbles some more to keep, the wrinkle-free thing going. Oh, this is hard to keep it straight from here. I don't have my face as close as I normally do just because it makes it harder to film. Anyway, okay, sorry to scare you with the dryer. And now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, homeschooling, it's great. It's a lot of pressure, but it's a lot of fun as well. And we get to do what we want during the day. And one of the things that we did is, it's been pretty rainy and gloomy here. I mean, it's still gorgeous even if you go outside, but especially I think we had like 5 days of rain, which coming from the desert in Utah was like, whoa, That's a lot. Not what we're used to. And I love it, and it's beautiful, it's cozy. But you know, when the sun came out, we were very, very excited to get out. So we went down on a walk down at the lake, and in the winter time, because the dock is just right down there, we're up higher. The house is higher than the dock, so there's just little stairway that goes down, pathway, I guess. And in the summer, when you go down there, the lake's like right up, the water's pretty close right up to when you get down to the bottom. There's a sandy area, a little rock beach area, and then an area where the dock is, and the water usually comes right up to the dock. Well, in the winter, there's a dam further down, and in the winter, they let out a lot more water. And so it's kind of cool because we're so used to coming out here in the summer every year, but not so much, or like never the winter for me. My husband has when he was younger, but so it's really cool to see it so low, and the fact that you can walk along past everybody's docks and just along the rocky area. Well, so we thought, oh, let's go on a walk and see the beautiful lake up close again. And it's been so long since we've been outside, like in nature, besides like, you know, going to the library, going to the store. So we went and just walked along, and we were having a great time. It was getting pretty muddy, and my son kept digging his shoes in to get his feet stuck a little bit. And I had my baby on a hiking backpack. And I was like, Oakley, you gotta stop. You absolutely have to stop trying to get stuck, because at some point you're actually going to get stuck, and this is gonna be a nightmare. Like how am I going to get you unstuck with a baby on my back that also ends up falling asleep? And I feel like when they fall asleep, they get heavier. I don't know what it is. They do. They turn into dead weight, and they don't like kind of hold themselves up when you bend over. So they kind of like flop over, and it's hard when you bend over. So sure enough, Oakley decides it's pretty fun that it would be pretty fun to get himself stuck on purpose, or at least pull himself. Like he just kept doing that thing. I love this kid to death, but oh my gosh, when he has something in mind to do something, he's gonna do it anyway. He's gonna do it whether you've asked him not to, or not to. He's gonna do it. Just has a mind of his own. Sorry, I bumped you guys again. So yeah, of course he does it again and gets himself stuck for reals this time. Gets pretty panicked. He's like, Mom, I can't move. And every time I'm like, well, just try to wiggle out, which is dumb of me because that actually doesn't work. And he was getting pretty stuck in there. And the further he got, I'll maybe pop a picture up above. I am really hesitant to put pictures of my kids up. I mean, I know I do on Facebook and stuff, but like, I don't know. It's not like I don't trust you guys. It's just having it out there in general where it's not a private thing, like where you like, you know who your friends are on Facebook that you talk to. Well, mostly. I swear, like, most of the people, I don't even know them anymore. But yeah, but if not, I'll decide. But I can show you the picture of his muddy boots. Maybe I'll just zoom it into his muddy boots and how deep they were into the mud. So I go over to go grab him, and he had found the muddiest spot I think that could have been in that area. And a lot of it's pretty sandy, so something about the sand and the mud together made literal quicksand. And the more he struggled, the more we tried to get him out, the more he was sinking. I got a little bit panicked in my mind. On the outside, I was calm, because you don't want to panic the kid you're trying to get out. He's just gonna wiggle, and I kept trying to say, just calm down and hold still, and then I can get you out. So what ended up happening was I gave up on the boots, and I pulled his feet out, and I was like, okay, go over to that sandy spot. Okay, bear in mind this whole time that we're in pretty much snow clothes, because it's cold out here, and it had been snowing not that long before. So, like, it snowed, and then it rained for like 4 days straight. And, I don't need that 4-placer. I only have these 3 left. Yeah, so we got pretty stuck. It was not fun. We were all in bulky snow clothes, and I had my baby on my back and trying to dig those shoes out, because at this point we're probably about a mile from home. And my kids are pretty good walkers. They usually do that and back just fine, so a couple miles. Not only are we a mile from home, but we're a mile from home in muddy areas where there's also broken glass, quite a bit of broken glass everywhere. What was this again? H. And so just having it even be, it would have been impossible for him to go without. So I could not leave the shoes there because there just wasn't a way to get him safely. There are a lot of homes on the side, so I probably could have gone up to one of the homes, assuming they were there, because a lot of these are summer homes, and asked for help. But yeah, I mean, I wanted those shoes. He needed shoes to not step on glass and stuff. So yeah, I ended up pulling the shoes out eventually, but what ended up happening was I had to call my husband to come get us, and we ended up walking past someone's house onto the road. There's a road that goes up there, because we were trying to find the fish hatchery that we knew was close by. My daughter, of course, had to use the bathroom too. It's all comical. And so we're trying to find the fish hatchery, so my husband, because he knew where that was, could find us easily. But I mean, I could easily have sent him my location on my phone too. But we went up to we overshot the fish hatchery because we didn't know really where it was from the shore. And ended up being able to get picked up by my husband though. Anyway, he just met us on the road somewhere. Poor Oakley had to put his shoes back on, but his feet were so sandy. And so his feet got a little cut up and blistered. And I mean, I feel really bad for him, but I'm also hoping that helped him learn his lesson, because he's got to learn to mind. And speaking of homeschooling, that has been one of the issues I've had, is him minding. He's been asking to be homeschooled. It's not like we forced him to homeschool. He's been asking for a while. And so we finally were like, okay, yeah, it feels right, especially with the move and everything like that. But I don't know if he just thought like homeschool would just be a free ride, like he wouldn't have to do work or whatever. But he fights me. I mean, sometimes he does. Sometimes he does an amazing job where he'll just sit down and get his work done. But it's a fight a good portion of the time, and it's getting very, very old, and I'm not sure what to do. I've got so much school fatigue, and it's not like I don't want to do the work or the teaching. I absolutely love it, and I get really excited to do all these fun things, but there's such a fight about it from him that I'm completely fatigued already. I don't want to do it anymore. I mean, I do, but I don't want to deal with the fits. And I don't know what to do about it. There are some friends out here, they take their kids to the Waldorf school. And if you watched my video on the modeling wax that I got, that's where I got it from. There was a fair that is like a winter fair. I think it's for, I think my son's making up. It was a winter fair for the fundraising, I think, for the school. I believe, because it is a private school. Anyway, while we were there, we kind of got some information, and I thought maybe it'd be a good idea to take him there, because there's a lot more of the values being taught there that we want our kids to be part of. And there's, from what I understand, quite a bit less bullying, which is one of our biggest fears. Quite a bit less, smaller, like fewer kids in each class, the smaller classes. The kids get to have a lot more say on what like, I think they do it based off of, well, they do a lot more outside stuff. They do a lot more hands-on stuff at Waldorf schools. I need to do more research on it because there's a lot I don't know about it. But I know that also there's a lot more mastery, like self-mastery. You work on, self-mastery is not the right word. You work on a lot more of what they're working on and they move at their own pace sort of thing, as I believe. Which was kind of our big thing too, is he was just wasting so much time not moving on when he could have moved on from a subject. Which is not his teacher's fault. They've got a lot of kids at different levels to work with. So I know I need to figure out more about it and then maybe make a decision on maybe next year seeing how that would go. I mean, it's pretty expensive. It's like $5,000 a year is what I hear, maybe even more. And but really, actually, for a private school, it's not that bad, and might be worth it. Yeah, might be worth it. But I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. We're getting to the point where we're like, is our relationship going to be better if I'm not the one teaching him? Is where we are. With my daughter, she gets her stuff done pretty quickly, and she enjoys the work. And I don't know, I'd give her the option if she wanted to go. Could we get 2 kids going into a private school for what would be like $10,000 plus a year? Yeah, probably, but not like comfortably. But I mean, that's like the priority, so is, your children. So but I think she prefers homeschooling because she gets to mostly do her own thing during the day. We get to do fun things outside, and she enjoys. She's my little homebody. Oakley's a lot more social, so I think that he's really missing out on that social. At our old neighborhood, that wouldn't have been a problem because we had so many kids close by for them to just go play with. But we have him in ski school on Fridays. So that'll be good social for him, and we're going to be starting. And then church is a good social for him. We do have friends over, not as frequently as we used to, but still frequently. Oh, sorry, I bumped you guys again. We'll have to see. I don't know. We'll have to see on how that one all goes. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, so we'll play it by ear. For her, we'll probably do home, and him we'll try out maybe the Waldorf school, maybe something different, maybe have more co-ops. The biggest problem for us is the math. Oh, I missed an H right there. The biggest problem for us is math, just because he's very much a whiz at math, but he wants to do it all in his head, and you can't always do it in your head. You need to be able to check your work, and he doesn't want to do the work for it. Let's see if I can just grab one drill here for H. Set it down in there to use. Anyway, yeah, that's our homeschool debacle, and we love it. And I wish that it would be a little bit different. Like, oh, darn it, where did it go? I just lost it here. There it is. One moment. I put it in this tray with all of the A's, thinking, well, I'll just set the one in there, and then I flicked it over inside all of them, and they're similar enough in color that it wasn't good. There we go. Silly little H, get in there. I can't seem to straighten this out on this side for some reason. Have to work on that later. Anyway, yep, that little boy though, he's a funny guy. He's just got a lot of personality, and I love it. And we bash heads, but that's okay. I love him even the times we're having a hard time. I love every moment with him. He just does these hilarious things. Like the other day, he said, I saw him walking around, just kind of being sneaking around the corner of a doorway with a pillowcase on his back, filled with like tons, I don't even know what it was filled with, filled with something. And I was like, aw, he's being Santa Claus. So I went over and I said to him, Oaks, are you being Santa Claus? And he looks at me, I wish I could give you the expression. This little mischievous look on his face. He's just like, yeah, uh-huh. I'm like, okay, why'd you answer like that, weirdo? And then he was like, I saw him just kind of sneaking off again. And I was like, okay, that was strange. And then I come back. I went to go put Reese down to sleep. And I come back out, and Zinnia and Oakley they've moved some chairs around to make what looked like a sled. And Oakley's standing on one with his, they've just got tons of pillowcases full of stuff. Yeah, that was kind of a nightmare to help them put all that away, and I kind of put my foot down on any more of that. But pillowcases full of stuff, and tons of like Christmas decorations that they'd taken off everywhere. And I was like, what are you guys doing? Or actually, before I said that, Zinnia was barking, right? And so she's like, roar, 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 roar. And then I hear Oakley say, come on, Max, we only have 500 million more, or let's see. Come on, Max, we still have 500 million more houses left to steal Christmas from before morning or something like that. And I was like, that's why he was being so sneaky and goofy about it when he's like, yeah, I'm Santa Claus. Was because he was saying, because he was being the Grinch. He wasn't being Santa Claus, he was being the Grinch. But he just got full into character. It was so darn cute. It was hilarious. It killed me. He's also the kid that, kids are just obsessed with butts. They just are. And Zinnia was saying, Mom, there's lots of words for butt, right? I'm like, I guess so. She's like, yeah, like bum and booty and rear and anyway, all these words and others I'm glad they didn't mention and they don't know. And she was like, and then Oakley piped in. He's like, you forgot the scientific one. And I'm like, oh yeah, there's a scientific one. He's like, yeah, Bootius maximus. So in case you didn't hear that, Bootius maximus, not Gluteus maximus. And I was like laughing and I was like, oh buddy, it's Gluteus maximus. He's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Bootius maximus makes way more sense. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. It's just, I don't want to send him to school because it's just fun to have him around and have his little personality. I love him so much, but wow, do we clash too. So I don't know, we'll figure it out, but yeah, he says some goofy things. Yeah, we're getting actually close to, I might actually pause it. I might stop here. Not stop the video. Might stop the A's, even though I'm not done with the A's, because I am sure that you guys would like to see some of that gold. So yeah, let's get that gold in there. So it's one of the smaller ones back here. I like these, I knew I would. I like these circular ones. These screwed lids. Doesn't look like there's enough gold. I'm sure there is. It just doesn't look like there's enough gold for all the gold that it seems like there is. And oh, I guess some of that's not gold that I was thinking. Oh, look at how pretty that is. Ooh. Okay, I still haven't figured out what this one is called. I mean, I've looked it up, but I'll try to remember to post it. Oh my gosh, that is incredible to work with. Whoa, so pretty. I'm wondering if I might want to get my other pen out. When I do ABs, I like to use a plastic tip pen that comes with some of the kits. Oh, that's so pretty. Just because I feel like I scratch the ABs with these metal tips. I don't like that. So, so far it looks like it's not really scratching. I'm trying to be very careful though and not move them around too much. Speaking, probably driving some people crazy that I'm using a 4-placer for these. I have not used more than or comfortably used more than a 4-placer. I do plan on getting the placements for the thin placers from Diamond Art Club eventually, because I hear really good things about that. And then maybe I'll bump up to maybe like a 7-placer or 8-placer. I don't see myself going any further than that. Maybe eventually if I like have a kit where it's just like in one color background sort of thing, which I purposely don't choose that because I don't really like that. I would find that incredibly boring, but maybe eventually, you know, you never know. Never say never. But yeah, it might be driving you crazy that I'm using a 4-placer. Okay, I went on a tangent and I forgot what I was talking about. I don't think I was talking about anything important. Maybe I'll go back and watch the video, and when I edit, I'll just add the end of the story of whatever it was that I was talking about. Sorry about that. I was going to ask, I'd love if you guys would comment down below, especially now that we're getting to the end of the video. I'd love to find out what you guys think about, I do some of my own artwork. I actually do mostly colored pencils or acrylic. I did it, maybe I'll post it above or on a different video of a picture of my bald eagle. Oh, I should tell you guys about the bald eagle too. The bald eagles. We love bald eagles here, and it's because there's a bald eagle's nest. These 2 bald eagles that live in a tree. I don't know if they live in the tree there, but they are always there. Right, like in front of the water. But it's a really tall tree, and so we see it up here on the hill. Just from our back windows. It's incredible to watch them. Anyway, so we love bald eagles, and I can tell more about that either in a different video or in a little bit. But so I did a bald eagle colored pencil drawing, and it turned out really good. And I was wondering if maybe I would start, and if you guys would even be interested in watching me do like artwork that I eventually turn into a diamond painting. If that's something that you guys would be interested in seeing, or if you want this to mostly be like a diamond painting channel, like unboxings, WIP and chats, post reviews, haul videos. But I thought I haven't seen a lot of YouTubers doing that, so I was kind of wondering if maybe that'd be something everybody would be interested in. So if it is something you're interested in, go ahead and comment down below. I know I don't have a lot of subscribers or viewers yet, so I don't expect like a ton of comments or anything like that, but if you do happen to come across this and you've made it this far, I'd love to know down below in the comments what you think about content like that. Maybe I would do like a real-time, or not real-time, fast motion of me doing a, God, look how beautiful that is, wow. Let's see if I can show you guys the way that shines. But like a fast motion of me doing an acrylic, or I've started up watercolors too. I'm not very good at those yet, so I don't know if I want to start off with that. But doing some art that I could turn into diamond painting, order it from probably Evermoment, because I've heard really good things about their customs, especially from the YouTuber, I forget her name, but it's My Happy Place. And she keeps saying that the customs there are incredible, so probably from Evermoment. And yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. Let me know what you think about that. I mean, I know I'll do it either way because I really want to. But if it's content that you guys are willing to watch, and if you think it would help my channel grow and if it's something you're interested in. So, oops, that diamond popped right there. I think I just didn't put it down all the way. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess I'll end here on since you're probably now curious about the bald eagles. But they have been there ever since Greg and I started dating. Well, not on and off dating, but since I've been coming out here and since way before then. But the eagles have come on and off. Sometimes they're here, sometimes they're not, depending on the summer. But the last few summers, they've certainly been there. And one time they had a nest up in the tree right there, and I think there were like 2 or 3 juveniles going around for a while. That was really cool. That was really cool to pay attention to and watch. And yeah, the other day they brought a bird. It was a blackbird that one of them had caught. There's a bigger one and there's a smaller one. I don't actually know which one's the male, which one's the female. With a lot of birds, the larger one, well, I mean, not necessarily a lot of birds, but a lot of eagles. And I could be getting this backwards. But I believe that the larger ones are sometimes the females. But I don't know, that's something worth looking at. Maybe I will look that up and put it in the video as a text box so you can see which one it actually is if you're curious. But anyway, the smaller one caught a blackbird, and the larger one went up further along the tree. They seem to keep watch after each other. One of them would eat and the other one keeps watch. And we thought that was just so cool. So we went up and just started watching them, and well, just from our window we could see it as it was eating this. And after a bit we're like, whoa, cool. And then after a little bit, as it started to get a little gory, we're like, ugh. And we all kind of got over it pretty quickly, except for poor Oakley, who was just like, seriously didn't eat for like 2 days straight. He was just, everything grossed him out. He's like, I can't eat the noodles because it reminds me of anyway, I won't go into details so I don't gross you out. But I felt so bad for him, but it was also really funny. I was like, I'm sorry, bud, that was pretty gross. And yeah, and we've seen them do it a few times now, and Oakley will kind of try to avoid watching. It's pretty funny. Anyway, all right, that's about as much as I have time for tonight. Gorgeous. Let me zoom you in really fast so you can see a little bit better. Look at those gold drills. Let me just kind of move the canvas around. You can see the gold. That's why I wanted to start here so you guys could see that gold. That looks so pretty. Let me zoom out and do that again. Look how shiny that is. Just the one. I didn't even finish the whole square, and it's so shiny. Guys, I'm so happy to do this one. I could not wait. But yeah, coming up soon, I'm going to be doing a WIP parade, showing you guys what WIPs I have going and my progress on them. And I probably won't get I might even either film that, probably not tonight, it's pretty late tonight, maybe tomorrow night, so I probably won't get much further on this, but sorry, I'm probably shaking you guys now. Move this up. But yeah, WIP parade, I have an unboxing coming up soon of Mountain Morning. I think one or the other might have gotten switched around. Which is one I would actually really like to start soon. I'm almost done with I've said this a few times, Fearless Familiar. I've actually not finished it on purpose just so it can be in the WIP parade. And what started off as 4 is probably like 6, but really only 4 of my own. I'm going to be finishing up one of my son's because he just got bored of it and I didn't want it to go to waste. And then another one is the Make Market ornaments, Christmas ornaments. So that one I'll get a post review up here pretty soon because I'm going to get my kids together. I kitted it up in my purple organizing one, and I got it so they are probably, my husband went out of town, which has been rough, even though it just was today. And he won't be back till the end of the week. And so probably Saturday, what we'll go do is cut down a Christmas tree. And then we will we'll do those ornaments and the Make Market ones and get those up on the trees. And so I'll kind of do a little bit of filming of all of us working on that, and then a post review of that, and that's coming up. Yeah, post review on Fearless Familiar will be coming up pretty soon. I'm almost done with my Jingle Drills one too, so that's another Make Market post review I'll get going. And yeah, it's the first time I've had all these WIPs going, and I actually love it because, you know, it's fun to jump from one to the other, and this was fun to do a WIP and chat. But it's getting pretty long now, so I better let you guys go. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Comment down below on what if you were interested in me doing my own artwork turning into diamond painting, and also if you'd be interested in anything else you think you might be interested in. Send some ideas my way, things you guys might want to see on my channel, and I'd be super happy to do that. Yep, thanks for joining me, guys. Have a happy evening for me. Maybe it's daytime for you guys when you watch this, and yep, thanks for being awesome. I'm really bad at goodbyes. Bye.